You're watching the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Kings College Monarchs football. Joining us right now is a defensive standout for the Monarchs, Ron Garrett. How's it going, Ron?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Amazing year for you, and the Monarchs are now 3-3, and you are just a touchdown scoring machine on the defensive end of the ball. How many defensive ends have scored 5 touchdowns in 5 games? I don't know if it's been done before. Have we gotten any research on that yet, Ron?
No. People have been telling me they can't find any, and they don't hold a record on it. So maybe I'm setting it.
Yeah, you might be setting. I would have to believe an amazing accomplishment. Tell us about, first of all, your senior year here at Kings. Tell us about how you're feeling coming into the season and how you got to the point where you've scored now a touchdown in 5 straight games from a defensive end position.
Well, last year, I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back for the season, but then I had to take 19 credits to graduate, so I figured I'll split them in half and do 12 in the spring and then come back and play my last year of football that I had. And I just knew I wanted to come back and get some wins because the previous seasons we've had here at Kings haven't been too successful. So that was just my main goal, to get wins, and then now the ball's just been bouncing my way. I try to get around the ball at the end of every play, and it's just worked out.
Well, things didn't start out so good for the Kings College Monarchs to start the season. How have you guys continued to persevere and get through it?
We started the season off with that loss to Lynn Patterson, which we were right there. But we knew we just had to keep working hard and keep going for it. Things are going to, if we gave up and put the season away right then, things are never going to change. We knew we had to keep fighting, and so that's what we've been doing.
Tell us about this defensive effort from you and your teammates from Kings and what you guys have been able to do, let alone 5 touchdowns from a whole unit, but 5 touchdowns from one person. And obviously, I'm sure you give some kudos to the other guys on the defensive end, but tell us about some of the guys on this defense that are playing some good football for the Monarchs.
I guess for the most part, we are playing better than we have been the season before and before these 3 games. But Billy Banky has been really good. He actually forced the fumble for the last touchdown. I think he stepped up a lot since last year, playing a much better game. Put on some more weight. And Nick Kyler and Jacob Savage have been doing their thing. I think this is Kyler's first year starting. He also forced the fumble, which happened to bounce my way. They just stepped in their roles and are doing a pretty good job at it, and it's helped us out a lot.
We're talking with Ron Garrett, a senior, 6'1", 247-pound defensive end for the Kings College Monarchs in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And there's been 5 games played in a row for Kings College, and he scored a touchdown in each of those games. And Ron, you made it to Faces in the Crowd in Sports Illustrated. That was just after 4 touchdowns, and now you got a 5th. I'm sure that's got to stir some things up for the issue, maybe, to say, hey, this guy has got to turn some heads for someone.
I forget one of the coaches let me know about it. And I just thought that was pretty awesome, pretty great thing happened. Great way. I wasn't sure about coming into my senior season, and this happens, makes it all definitely worth it.
When you talk about contemplating coming back for that senior year, and as you say, now it is worth it, but trying to get some wins in the program for this Kings College Monarchs team and this senior group, and you guys are trying to make a difference here as the weeks wind down. Some games to go. I'm sure you'd like to get a few more wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have 3 of our tougher games coming up. We just got to keep trying to build on the practice we've been having and continue to improve every week. And if we can do that, we put ourselves in a position to try and win each game.
How do you credit yourself, or how did the ball bounce your way to get those touchdowns? Talk about each scenario. We got 5 in a row. Take us through the scenarios of each game and how things went for you to score those touchdowns.
Okay, I think the first one was at Lesval. This game was they were driving on us. They were down inside the goal line, and the quarterback and running back, I think, fumbled the exchange. And the ball was bounced on the ground. 2 of my teammates of mine dove for it, and the quarterback dove for it, and he smacked it away, and it bounced straight towards me, and I just picked it up and ran as fast as I could for that 95 yards. And then the next week, we have a new field goal block, and so we've been actually getting some pressure on it. I blocked one earlier in that game, and that one, another person on the team blocked it. Our safety, Anthony Martuccio, picked it up, And as he was going down, I was calling his name. He actually lateraled to me at the last possible second. And then I happened to take off before I think anybody even realized that the ball was out of his hands. Then I think it was Misericordia. And I was running a play. I was supposed to go inside. I was getting washed in a little bit, so I tried to decide to spin outside. At that exact same time, our linebacker, Nick Kylo, was sacking the quarterback, and the ball literally bounced straight into my hands off the bounce, and I just grabbed that one and took it. And then I think the next one was this last one, Stevenson. Same scenario as the Misericordia one. Yeah, I was going for a sack. My teammate beat me to it. He knocked the ball out, and I picked it up and gone. Oh, yeah, there's one more. FDU, I forgot about that one. FDU linebacker Ben Ray goes in there and makes a tackle, forces a fumble, and behind the line of scrimmage, so everyone else is up the field. You see the opportunity to pick it up and go. Usually you're taught to dive on the football, but that does not cross my mind anymore. Try to take it and score.
Well, Ron, you probably have a better chance, or the average person has a better chance of winning some kind of strange lottery for millions of dollars than to score 5 defensive touchdowns in 5 straight games for Kings College. It is truly unbelievable. And the ball literally just bouncing your way. And you got to have some wheels to you because nobody's catching you as you're running for these touchdowns. One of them is 95 yards.
Yeah, the first one. I don't know. I think people underestimate my athleticism. I'm not saying I'm a great athlete, but I'm a little faster than the normal D lineman. So it just give me a position to run and not get caught.
Well, 6'1", 247 pounds, and 5 straight touchdowns. Did you think about it after the first couple? Like, oh man, this is unbelievable. Whatever happens, happens. And then you get the 4, you get the faces in the crowd, and then somehow the 5th one happens.
Yeah, I don't know. After the first one, I thought it was amazing because I'd never scored a touchdown in varsity play before. And then after they kept adding on, teammates kept asking me, "You're going to score another one? You're going to score another one?" And then it's like constantly on my mind. I'm trying to put it out and just play my game, but it's just worked out. That is bounced my way every time.
Well,
crazy.
There is a 6th game coming up, but hey, anything can happen. Congratulations, Ron. What an accomplishment for you. And, of course, I know you feel great about the last couple of wins for Kings, but 5 touchdowns in a row as a defensive end for the Kings College Monarchs. It's got to be a record in, I don't care what you do, but that's got to be a record in whether it's Division I, II, III, high school, college, NFL. That's some more than one record, I'm sure. Kudos to you and your defensive guys there at Kings. Congratulations on some great play right now, Ron. And, of course, the best of luck the rest of the way. And I'm sure you're looking forward to that Mayor's Cup with Wilkes, which will be coming up in a few weeks. There's a lot of games between now and then, but that one will be special. Yep, absolutely. Thank you. All right, that is Ron Garrett from Kings College. 5 defensive touchdowns in 5 straight games for Kings. They are 3-3, and of course the Mayor's Cup coming up in just a few weeks here in Wilkes-Barre here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.